Oh, here we are live again. Sorry for the interruption last time. I was walking on the beach, and I guess I have to pay a little more every month to get high-speed internet on my phone. Sometimes taking the economic plan doesn't really work out. So here I am. I'm on the, let you know where I am. I'm on the porch here where I'm staying. This is actually Manzanita, Oregon, on the Oregon coast. I don't know if you can see it there. That's the ocean out there, Pacific Ocean. There are some trees, which you may not have ever seen before. Just joking. Those trees you probably never did see unless you've been to Manzanita. Anyway, we were talking about austerity. And it's interesting because the soul by nature wants to be happy. And so in that sense, there's something you could say almost counterintuitive about austerity. We want to be happy, and we want to be happy all the time. I don't think anyone, let's say anyone who's like sort of okay emotionally, wants to be unhappy. And so the sort of the, how do you say, like postponing our gratification or that type of calculation that if I work hard now, later I'll be much happier. For example, deciding to go to college, or deciding to, anything, to work hard for any goal, whether it's athletic or financial and certainly spiritual. So if we are simply functioning on the level of our senses or even the mind, the tendency is to just grab the gratification now. It's like, like they say, what do they say? A bird in the hand, or a treasure in the hand is worth two, and they say a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. So that impulse, just like I want pleasure, there's pleasure, I just grab it. There's something natural about that, but what has to intervene there is something else called intelligence. Intelligence that, okay, I want to be happy, I want pleasure, that's my nature. But if I can wait a little bit, and if I can do something that purifies me or prepares me or qualifies me, ultimately I'm going to get a lot more happiness. So in Western philosophy, that's sometimes called the hedonic calculus. Hedonic, like hedonism, means someone who just lives for pleasure. So hedonic calculus means intelligently calculating the best way to get pleasure. And Prabhupada always appealed to this rational calculation. Prabhupada always said that you want to be happy, but real happiness is Krishna consciousness. Or when Prabhupada always said that we're suffering in this world, he was appealing to our rational self-interest. Now, if someone's mind is too strong and their senses are too strong, obviously, intelligence doesn't really get heard. So, in order to follow rational intelligence, in order to do the right thing, you can't have your mind and senses screaming at you, because then you won't hear the rational voice. That's one of the reasons that we try to follow regular principles. It's actually in our rational self-interest. If we follow principles, it just sort of puts a muffler on the amortecedor, I think it is in Spanish and Portuguese. It puts a muffler, it puts on that screaming voice of sense gratification, pleasure. It quiets it down a bit, and then we can hear all the voices in the room. And it turns out that buddhi, intelligence, is going to have the best idea. Intelligence doesn't say pleasure is bad or you shouldn't be happy. It's the opposite. Intelligence says, yeah, we really want to be happy. Let's go for the greatest possible pleasure. But that greatest possible pleasure comes when I purify myself. For example, let's say somebody's sick, and because of their disease, they can't eat certain kinds of food that the person likes. Like, it could be anything. It could be salad. It could be fried. I don't know. You can fry anything, right? Fried something or other. And so, on the one hand, your senses may say, I want that food now, but then if I eat that food, I'm going to get very sick, even more sick than I am. I'm going to suffer terribly, and I'm going to be really in pain and miserable. And so you don't eat that food. You have to suppress that impulse by engaging your intelligence. So Prabhupada said all the time, and the Bhagavatam says all the time, that we are in a sick condition. The soul is sick with the material disease, the disease of material existence. And so Prabhupada gave us a diet that is healthy for us. And if we go outside those prescriptions to get immediate pleasure, we end up suffering a lot. And of course, we all do this. That's what life is about, right? The school of hard knocks. We try it, we try it again, we try it again. We keep trying to bend the rules. We keep trying to go around the rules, and maybe I can enjoy this and still be spiritually happy. And that's basically what life is, right? We just try everything until we finally give up. We become exhausted and say, this just doesn't work. I don't want to try this anymore. It never works. And then you take your spiritual life seriously. So Prabhupada talked about that, where he said one has to become materially exhausted. You just get tired. We get tired of doing stupid things. I mean, stupidity ultimately is exhausting. So when I get tired of being stupid, and then I really do the right thing, then I can be happy. So it's true for all of us. I mean, we're all down here in the Mahatattva, thrashing around and trying to advance in Krishna consciousness. So that is my divine message. Actually, it's divine because it's divine, not just because I said it. Give you one more little view. This is where I am in Manzanita, Oregon, on the north coast of Oregon in the United States, Earth. And so if you are within this galaxy and are hearing this message, I wish you a nice day, and Hare Krishna.